loves, and welcome back to the Design News. Milan Fashion Week just wrapped, and listen, the girls showed up. The designers gave us class, confidence, and creativity without ever slipping into pick-me energy. Milan said we are the moment, and honestly, they were right. Let's dive into SS26. Moschino. The show opened with birds nesting in the trees above the runway, a whimsical prelude that hinted at Moschino's playful spirit. Still, I found myself slightly underwhelmed at first, simply because Jeremy Scott's era set such a high bar for energy, humor, and camp. This season leaned into subtlety instead of spectacle, and in that sense it succeeded. The taco-shaped poofy shoes were a standout moment of cheeky fun. The butterfly crown, newspaper print pieces, and happy face sweaters felt recognizably Moschino, light-hearted, clever, and visually witty. The heart flower dresses were charming, and the avant-garde streetwear had an artistic restraint that suggested a brand resetting its compass. Perhaps this was a palette cleanser, a transitional chapter as Moschino steps into a new era. If so, it was thoughtful, curious, and full of hints at what may come next. I'm looking forward to seeing how the label evolves. Gucci's Cruise 2026 collection delivered everything loyalists adore. Sleek fabrics, rich colors, and a maximalist glamour that speaks directly to the inner diva. The lineup was packed with wearable, enticing pieces. Puffed sleeves, fur collars, brocades, silver dresses, lacquered coats, candy cane stripes, velvet pants, signature belts, neon shoes, glitter leggings, and those unmistakable Gucci sunglasses. Black, pink, and blue satin damask blouses added a luxurious Art Deco shimmer, blending beautifully with the house's classic aesthetic. It was indulgent, eclectic, and full of personality. The finale was pure theatre, models exiting the runway and spilling into the town square, mingling with locals at cafes. It offered a glimpse of how these pieces would live in the real world, glamour woven into everyday life. A confident, exuberant cruise collection. Iceberg opened with a calm, collected take on spring, clean staples designed for real life. Tailored pants, smart jackets, and polished separates offered a wardrobe that could move seamlessly between work and play. It was fashion-forward without sacrificing professionalism, the kind of cool girl or cool boy charm that still respects the day job. Khakis, Oxford stripes, chambray and strategic pops of red grounded the collection in practicality. As the show progressed, it shifted into warm shades of brown, punctuated by playful 80s striped sweaters that added personality without breaking the collection's composure. A thoughtful, wearable lineup that quietly elevated the everyday. ATTRIBUTIONS opened with a Western sensibility, fringed leather jackets and prairie-tinged silhouettes, before drifting into a lush, Middle Eastern-inspired dreamscape. Rich patterns, layered skirts and flowing fabrics created a sense of movement and wanderlust that felt quintessentially ATTRIBUTIONS. Chain jewelry, neon accents woven into prints, and floppy sun hats added freshness to the house's signature bohemian vocabulary. The printed suits and jeans went full exotic, offering a pattern and color for every type of traveler. This was a collection for the modern nomad, the person who longs for a life unbound by borders, who carries stories from everywhere and belongs nowhere. Fringe reappeared toward the end, adding a whimsical feminine flourish, while suede and hippie-leaning details brought the Western influence full circle. It was a collection for the soul that is well-traveled, whether in reality or in spirit. The Attico was a new discovery for me, and what an introduction. Whether the brand is new or simply new to my radar, the collection made its presence known immediately. Bodysuits that blurred the line between lingerie and athleisure set the tone, sheer, sculpted, and unapologetically sexy. This was not a collection for the shy. Skin was a central design element. The palette leaned into neutrals, punctuated by soft pinks, hot pinks, reds, and flashes of neon. Lace, sheers, and brown leather grounded the looks, while unexpected combinations, like striped chambray shirting trimmed with lace, pushed the collection into experimental territory. Pops of animal print, zebra bags, skirts, shoes added a playful, hedonistic edge. There were clever deconstructed waistlines, mint green accents, fringe, and even a whisper of Art Deco woven into the brand's laissez-faire, cool girl feminism. Tailored menswear coats balanced the more revealing pieces, and the black suit with the crisp white collar peeking out was especially sharp. Overall, it felt like a guy's girl collection, confident, sexy, and effortlessly cool. Ferrari delivered the kind of quiet luxury you expect from a house built on precision and desire. The collection opened in a world of white, minimalist silhouettes, airy knits, sheer layers, and sculpted folds that whispered elegance rather than declaring it. From there, the show eased into a suite of monochrome looks, clean, aerodynamic, and perfectly suited for a pleasure ride in your favorite Ferrari. A standout chapter came in the form of stonewashed denim tuxedos for both men and women, paired with matching handbags, duffels, and shoes. The faded brown ombre pieces, distressed knits, worn in denim and leather with a soft patina, felt especially compelling. Texture was a through line, cable knit sweaters, sensuous leathers and accessories that pushed the collection into a futuristic, almost surreal register while remaining demure and wearable. A micro capsule of cranberry leather looks added a jolt of richness. Tailored coats, draped dresses, and bright red pumps created a chic, tonal moment that felt both unexpected and deeply refined. The show closed where it began, with stark architectural whites, this time punctuated by mirror mosaic dresses and jackets that caught the light like moving sculptures. Overall, Ferrari presented a thoughtful, modern, and impeccably sleek collection that balanced restraint with innovation. Muse spring collection caught me off guard. The apron-esque silhouette that dominated the runway wasn't what I expected from any house this season, and certainly not from Muse. Still, within that unexpected framework, there were moments of charm and whimsy worth noting. The collection leaned heavily into eccentric maximalism. 1940s inspired ditzy florals layered over tan leathers, tanks stacked beneath sweaters, chains slung across belts, and pops of lace in candy colours reminiscent of 1960s paper dresses and pop art scarves. Slouchy leather boots, penny loafers, and ruffled trims added to the offbeat, collage-like styling. Nearly every look incorporated some combination of floral print, leather lace, or ruffle, an insistence on embellishment that bordered on chaotic but occasionally landed in a place of playful experimentation. And that's the heart of it. Even within an unflattering apron silhouette, there were flashes of fun, curiosity, and creative risk-taking. Elisabetta Franchi delivered one of the standout collections of Milan this season. It echoed the broader 2000s minimalist mood seen across the city, but with a seductive, detail-driven twist that made each garment feel like a discovery. The fringe jeans were nothing short of genius, and the denim paired with sheer tulle created a beautiful tension between structure and softness. Evening wear was a highlight. Sleek, body-conscious silhouettes with cutouts, fringe and touches of leather that added an edge without sacrificing elegance. Accessories were meticulously considered. The leather jacket with fringe sleeves, the sculptural cuff bracelets, and the cohesive styling elevated the entire presentation. Lace embellishments, crocheted beaded knitwear, and a classic trench that looked as comfortable as it was refined rounded out the offering. The all-white fringe dress, reminiscent of the 1930s, was a timeless, respectful nod to vintage glamour. Sharp, confident, and impeccably executed, this was Franchi at her best. Gucci staged a show that blurred the line between runway and real life. It took a moment to realize the pre-show was the show, Celebrities, media figures, and archetypes of modern fame wearing the collection as they would in the wild. It was chaotic, theatrical, and wildly entertaining. The range of looks was staggering. Rock star leather jackets and jeans, a 60s inflected ensemble with a Gucci logo jacket, boots and matching scarf, black alligator print leather minis, glitter pants and tank tops for men, floral gowns with sculptural collars that nodded to medieval silhouettes, a black gown adorned with beaded flowers fit for a queen. The helmet-like hair only added to the spectacle. And of course, the showstopper, a tiger print fur jacket that embodied everything people hope for from Gucci, bold, unapologetic, and instantly iconic. There was no single theme, no unifying aesthetic, no repeated fabric or throughline. Instead, it was a kaleidoscope of personalities, each look its own universe. I've never seen a collection quite like it, and that unpredictability made it thrilling. Bloomerine delivered pure feminine energy this season, angelic to vamp in one seamless breath. The collection unfolded like a love story told through leopard prints, silk-tiered trains and ruffles cascading in handkerchief hems. Pops of chartreuse lit up a neutral palette, while tailored jackets, slit maxi skirts and layered sheers added structure to the romance. Butterfly motifs fluttered throughout, echoed in silver jewelry, oversized cross earrings, and accessories that blended angelic softness with a subtle nod to power dressing and boho glamour. The dragonfly body armor was a whimsical triumph, fantasy made wearable. One of the most striking moments was the white leopard print paired with black tuxedo pants, a surprisingly edgy twist that grounded the collection's ethereal mood. From white chiffon embroidered with lace butterflies to black beaded lace that felt deliciously vampy, the show moved effortlessly between light and shadow. It had the allure of a 1920s silver screen siren and the relevance of a chic 2026 night out. Max Mara offered a masterclass in restraint, proving once again that minimalism can be its own form of seduction. Working almost exclusively in black and tan, the house-crafted body-conscious suiting with a signature strap detail that felt sharp, sleek, and undeniably powerful. Moments of softness appeared in the form of light floral coats, silky skirts and sheer chiffon jackets that floated like feathers. Every look, from head to toe, was styled with precision, creating a collection that felt both poignant and timeless. This is the kind of wardrobe that will be worn by the world's power players in 2026, yet its influence will trickle down into everyday style. Slicked back hair, black headbands, thick strap sandals, fitted turtleneck crops. Minimalism at its choicest. A strong, enduring collection that will echo for seasons to come. Ferragamo opened on a moody note, the rain outside mirroring the collection's introspective elegance. Animal print motifs appeared on silk sheath dresses and skirts, rendered in deep jewel tones that felt rich and cinematic. Oversized suiting for men added a relaxed sophistication, while playful fabric fringe danced across dresses in chartreuse and royal blue. Feathered handbags nodded to the roaring 20s, as did the silk and lace evening wear. Men's tailoring remained classic and loosely fitted, grounding the collection in timelessness. A silk trench coat added a luxurious punctuation mark. Chartreuse emerged as a key accent against neutrals and black, while fringe, one of the season's defining trends, appeared throughout. Silk pajama dressing and scarf styling added a languid, effortless glamour. The African bracelets were an unexpected and inspired touch, adding depth and cultural richness to the looks. Chic, layered and sophisticated, Ferragamo delivered a quietly powerful collection. Bottega Veneta embraced softness this season, whether in leather, chiffon, knitwear, or woven synthetics. Every look carried a sinuous, fluid energy. Oversized menswear suiting, soft draping, off-the-shoulder silhouettes, and buttery leather created a mood that felt both modern and nostalgic. Fringe appeared in handbags and garments, while feathers floated through the collection in scarf-like cloaks that grazed the floor. The interplay of menswear and womenswear felt natural, almost intuitive. The late 90s/early 2000s minimalist influence was unmistakable yet reimagined with a 2026 sophistication. The bottle brush fringed jackets and skirts, rendered in silver, gold, white and red, were showstoppers, mesmerizing in motion. Oversized shoulders nodded to 80s power dressing, while monochromatic palettes in neutrals, greys, whites, reds, creamy yellows, greens and rose pink kept the collection cohesive. Women's suiting borrowed from men's tailoring, and a moment of alligator embossed grey leather added a sharp edge. And yes, the wonderfully puffy shoes made their return. Thoughtful, modern, and exquisitely executed, this was a collection for the seasoned fashion lover who appreciates subtlety and craft. Missoni stayed true to its heritage this season, delivering a collection rooted in the house's iconic knitwear and unmistakable textures. Spring opened with mini caftans, adorable, flirty and perfect for an Italian holiday. Swimwear appeared with matching coats or cropped trench jackets, some threaded with sequins and subtle sparkle. Men's suit jackets were woven in as chic layering pieces, adding a tailored counterpoint to the breezy silhouettes. Hemlines were unapologetically short, micro, mini, or nearly non-existent. Rolled, pleated shorts cinched with belts became a recurring motif, paired with cropped V-neck sweaters and easy footwear ranging from flats to booties to peep-toe sandals. The blue and white striped cuffed shorts were especially charming. Classic Missoni stripes made their appearance both horizontally and vertically, grounding the collection in the brand's DNA. Altogether, it painted a romantic picture of a carefree Italian spring in 2026, sun-drenched, textured, and effortlessly chic. MM6 delivered a cool, curated collection with hipster sensibilities and a quiet, normcore rebellion. Though the silhouettes were subtle, the details pushed everything into the future. Rounded sunglasses, unexpected fabric treatments, and styling choices that felt intentionally off-kilter. Sheer gauze skirts floated over bodysuits and business jackets. V-neck sweaters layered over crisp button-downs. Pink nylon dresses appeared deliberately bunched and misshapen, turning imperfection into design. Distressed vintage-style leather blazers, 80s striped knits in yellow and blue. And girly separates created a thrifted yet bespoke energy. The palette included pops of chartreuse and other bright accents, keeping in step with the season's broader trends. Suiting featured rounded shoulders with side seam trim, adding sculptural interest. There was a common thread running through the collection, something eclectic, personal, and quietly rebellious, even if it resisted easy categorization. It felt like a wardrobe built from a life of wandering vintage shops and art studios, curated with intention and worn with ease. Carolina Herrera delivered a poetic, feminine, and timeless collection, one that made it hard to imagine any woman of means not wanting at least one piece in her wardrobe. The entire presentation radiated grace and classic beauty, as if stepping into a world where elegance is instinctive and women are works of art. The color palette was striking, the silhouettes refined, and the details exquisite. Crop suiting felt whimsical yet polished. Floral prints paid homage to Herrera's Spanish heritage. Hair and makeup were immaculate, reinforcing the dreamlike quality of the garments. Every piece was stunning. Lace, embellishment, polka dots, florals, plaid embroidery, beading, tassels, iconic silhouettes. It was a masterclass in design, romantic, powerful, and deeply considered. There wasn't a single look that didn't enchant. A collection that reminds us why Carolina Herrera remains synonymous with timeless femininity. Fendi set the tone before the first look even appeared. A runway blocked in bold color, hinting at the chromatic play to come. Color blocking was the through line, supported by buttery leather, silky suiting, sheer button-ups, chambray dresses, pleated skirts and knitwear in every shade of the rainbow. The opening chapter focused on solid, vivid hues, no prints, save for a woven velvet jacket with a matching handbag. Sportswear entered the conversation through embossed leather that mimicked netting, punctuated by simple daisy cutouts. Sheer pleated dresses floated by with effortless chic. At one point, fur and leather collided with active wear in a playful, unexpected twist. Toward the end, Fendi introduced texture and pattern, lace, subtle prints, fur handbags, and more color blocking. The pink lace suiting was a standout, as were the punchy bright handbags that added joy to every look. Overall, the collection felt fun, bright, and optimistic. It offered a wealth of separates that could easily be personalized, taking you from everyday errands to the office to a spring holiday. A no-brainer wardrobe for the season ahead. Dolce & Gabbana opened with sleepwear-inspired separates that quickly evolved into pajama-esque loungewear, soft, languid and sensual. Lingerie-style tops trimmed in lace paired with oversized menswear jackets created a tension between intimacy and structure. 4 purses added a touch of indulgence. Striped pajamas embellished with beaded florals brought a romantic twist to the relaxed silhouettes. Denim appeared in loose, soft shapes, an unusually casual direction for the house. While floral embellished denim added a gentle femininity. Stripes dominated the collection, especially in black and blue. The mood was lingerie pajama chic, punctuated by a long pink fur coat, a leopard coat, and sharp tailored jackets woven throughout the softness. Footwear ranged from thigh-high stiletto boots to fur slipper flip-flops, reinforcing the collection's playful duality. Versace embraced eclectic hipster energy with unapologetic force, a collision of 90s nostalgia, 80s attitude, and a whisper of whatever the future might be. The palette wandered freely, guided by instinct rather than structure, shifting from practical suiting to carefree casual pieces that felt born from pure spontaneity. Jeans came belted, fitted, and high-waisted, the kind of denim that shapes a silhouette before the styling even begins. Embellishment lived on the other pieces: stretched checkers, wandering plaids, western belts and necklaces that swung with a certain irreverence. Leather bomber jackets carried a chic, nostalgic swagger, grounding the collection in something familiar even as it pushed forward. Between these sharper moments, Versace slipped in soft metallic gowns with delicate spaghetti straps, oversized sensuous suiting, and cropped leather vests that felt like a wink to the brand's rebellious heart. A short-sleeve men's suit offered a fresh, unexpected silhouette. The models were styled with sleek sneakers or kitten heels, cool sunglasses, and that unmistakable hipster nonchalance. Shorts appeared pleated, cropped, and boldly belted. Classic Versace prints resurfaced alongside striped jeans in multiple colorways, and a single gloved arm emerged, a small gesture with major impact. Embroidered chaps, gypsy bras and capri pants added to the eclectic rhythm. And then came the moment only Versace could deliver. A model stepping out in nothing but a glitter panty and a brown leather bomber jacket. Because, of course, Versace. Roberto Cavalli delivered a gilded fantasy for spring-summer 2026. Models emerged like ancient goddesses, draped in gold evening wear that shimmered and floated as if lit from within. The runway felt like an Egyptian temple, opulent, mystical, and drenched in metallic light. The story then shifted into rock and roll royalty, as the gold fabrics transformed into long, flattering boot-cut jeans, gold blouses, and sharp blazers. The silhouette was long, lean, and body-conscious, with a clear nod to 70s rock star glamour. Fringe, metallics, and beading adorned gowns and blouses, while natural stones on belt buckles added an earthy 70s sensibility. Cavalier's signature animal prints made their appearance, grounding the fantasy in the house's DNA. The brand stayed firmly in its main character energy, another fierce, confident collection for 2026. Prada delivered its signature utilitarian elegance, infused with whimsical pops of color against a predominantly black palette. The collection carried a military undertone, structured, purposeful, yet drifted into an avant-garde artistic space through unexpected shapes and styling. Hemlines swung between extremes, super short bloomer-style shorts and below-the-knee suspender skirts. Puffy knee-length skirts added volume. Jackets featured wide collars and boxy silhouettes. Suiting options were plentiful, blending seamlessly with the more flamboyant spring pieces. Long gloves in baby pink, orange, faded green, bright green, and classic black adorned most looks, adding a playful, almost theatrical touch. Footwear ranged from shiny patent loafers to stilettos to kitten heels. A collection that balanced discipline with imagination, Prada at its most intriguing. Milan this season was exactly what Milan should be: class distilled, refinement embodied, and quintessential Italian fashion at its absolute best. It gave us chic energy without trying, imagination without theatrics, and beauty without begging for attention. Milan doesn't need to be a pick-me, it simply is. And once again, it reminded the world why it remains the quiet heartbeat of true style. And that's a wrap on Milan, my loves. A week of pure imagination, Italian elegance, and designers who know exactly who they are. No noise, no gimmicks, just style at its highest frequency. Milan gave us refinement without rigidity, chic energy without trying to be cute, and a masterclass in how to stay iconic without begging for attention. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you're subscribed, because the Design Muse is just getting started. More fashion, more storytelling, more beautifully opinionated commentary coming your way. Until next time, stay inspired, stay stylish, and as always, stay curious.